This is a video demonstration of how to set up and install the Catalyst LTLF system. The Catalyst LTLF system is a flexible chemical metering and injection system that delivers liquid chemicals to multiple washers, serving up to 8 machines with a maximum of 8 chemicals. The Catalyst LTLF system offers reliable, precise chemical delivery. It can interface with various controllers and gather production data from various washing machines. Formula entry is simplified using the PulseNet PC software, and all formulas are stored in the machine interface or on the micropulse washer controller. Catalyst installation and configuration. To install the system, some preparation must be done in advance. Prior to the installation date, a site survey should be conducted to find the best location for the system. This location should be close to both the chemical storage area and the washroom. The distance from the system to the washing machines should be as short as possible for the fastest injection times. A plant layout with the proposed location for the system, along with the list of chemicals and typical injection amounts, should be sent to Softrol systems when the system is ordered. To ensure optimal system configuration and layout, include a list of machines with the controller type and the chemical output voltage with the layout sent to Softrol systems. While removing the equipment from the shipping packages, check the system carefully to ensure that no damage occurred in shipment. If any damage is apparent, call Softrol systems immediately at 770-974-2700. To install the system, clear the installation area which was predetermined in the site survey, uncrate and stand the Catalyst LTLF system in the desired configuration and layout. Be careful transporting the system, because it is very heavy. Next, you will need to connect all the utilities to the Catalyst LTLF system. To connect the air connections, use a 3/8 inch outside diameter line with a maximum of 4 standard cubic feet per minute of clean dry air at 90 pounds per square inch to connect the air supply at the 3/8 inch push to connect port on the back of the system. To connect the electrical connections, a dedicated circuit of 120 volts AC at 5 amps should be connected to the system with a 15-foot US power cord attached at the back of the system. To connect the water connections, use a flexible hose with a 3/4 inch male garden hose thread connection, and connect here, to supply the system with a minimum of 3 gallons per minute of water between 70 and 110 degrees. Before beginning the installation, Softrol Systems recommends that plant personnel be familiar with the chemicals they will be working with and the potential hazards that are associated with each chemical, which can be found in the Material Safety Data Sheet, or MSDS, for each chemical. Softrol Systems also recommends that plant personnel be required to wear all protective equipment suggested in the MSDS, and should take extreme care when working with a pressurized chemical system by ensuring all pressure has been removed from the system and all power to the machine is turned off before performing maintenance. Now, to complete the chemical connections, the chemical feed lines should run from the source, which would be a tank or a drum or some other storage unit, to the 1/2 inch inlet for each chemical valve. Reinforced tubing may be used on the inlets when the chemical is drawn a long distance and/or uphill. The inlet lines must have a minimum of number 12 mesh strainers. These may be incorporated with drum wands, available from Softrol, or can be plumbed in-line. If the strainers are plumbed in-line, it is recommended to have a shut-off valve on either side to allow for easy cleaning. The maximum distance for the feeds lines depends on chemical viscosity and the difference in elevation. Viscous chemical should be kept as close to the unit as possible, but all chemicals should be no more than 15 feet away from the Catalyst LTLF system and should not allow the difference in elevation between the storage unit and the system to be more than 6 feet. Note, chemical viscosity should be no more than 400 centistokes. For each machine, there is a 1/2 inch hose barb connection for each delivery line, which is a minimum of 5 feet even if the machine lines are hard piped. Note that the machine delivery lines should not exceed 20 feet in elevation and 200 feet in length. To change the front panel display, select the corresponding push button at the bottom of the system's electronics enclosure, i.e. Press the 1 push button to display machine interface number 1, and press the Chem push button to display the catalyst system. To set the global parameters, meaning these parameters affect all formulas, follow these steps. Note: some parameters can be set up on the machines to override the global parameters and only affect a specified injection. Step 1. Select the Chem push button to bring up the alternating home screen. Step 2. From the home screen, enter a valid level 7 password, default 777777, to bring up the selection screen. Step 3. Press the 1 key for 1 equals setups to bring up the setup screen. Step 4. Press the 1 key for 1 equals watchdog/setups to see general setup options. Step 5. Press the 1 key for 1 equals machine setup to begin to answer the setup questions. Use the yes, no, and number keys on the keypad. Note: you cannot go backwards through the questions. If you need to change the answer to a previous question, answer the rest of the questions and then restart the procedure. Your previous answers are saved, so you can press the ENT key to accept the current values until you reach the location where you would like to make a change. Press the CLR key to clear the numeric value of the current question. Press the ENT key to accept answers. After all setups are complete, press the CLR key to accept the changes. Now, the following is a description of each setup question as well as a recommended value for each question. AutoChem flush: the amount of time the system will flush the system with water after each chemical injection, recommended, 15 seconds. Chems 9 through 12 auto: if answered yes, the system will turn on the chemical outputs for chemicals 9 through 12, recommended, no. Chems 13 through 16 auto: if answered yes, the system will turn on the chemical outputs for chemicals 13 through 16. Recommended, no. Flow sensors: tells the system to use the flow sensor input. This should be set to yes. Temp halt low: tells the system when the flush water temperature is too low, recommended, 40. Temp halt high: tells the system when the flush water temperature is too high, recommended, 120. Chemical watchdog: the maximum system inject time, recommended, 2 minutes. Prompt wait: indicates whether the operator wishes to prompt the wait of the load before the start of each manual formula. Recommended, no. Signal mute time: defines how long a signal will be ignored when pressing the CLR key. Recommended, 5 minutes. First washer ID: informs the system of the ArcNet networking ID of the first washer to be serviced, recommended, 1. Last washer ID: informs the system of the ArcNet networking ID of the last washer to be serviced, recommended, 7. Preferred ID low: assigns the highest ArcNet networking ID that determines the preferable range for the system to inject chemicals, and will be given preference according to this programmed range, recommended, 1. Preferred ID high: assigns the highest ArcNet networking ID that determines the preferable range for the system to inject chemicals, and will be given preference according to this programmed range, recommended, 7. Machine interface installation and configuration. The Catalyst LTLF system contains an integrated multi-machine interface that is enclosed in the control box and is how the system communicates with the machines. This system's integrated interface, found here, communicates with it via wired 6-foot Cat5e stranded networking cable, also known as Ethernet patch cable. The Catalyst has a E4 arc fiber 3B card in slot 6 to communicate, and the interface has a hub-style E3HYB hub TP card in the top slot. To connect the system to the PC with a Cat5e stranded networking cable, also known as Ethernet patch cable, they must be within 300 feet of each other. As with all networking cables, you should avoid high voltage lines and machines that produce electrical noise. Use the blue/white pair to connect the pins 4 and 5 of the RJ45 at the PC to the system at the hub card. The interface card cage can have up to 7 interface cards. These cards come with the IDs pre-assigned with the dip switches located on each card. Note, if an interface card is replaced, the ID must be set before the network connection is re-established. Make sure all dip switch and jumpers are the same on the cards that are being replaced. To wire all the machines into the Catalyst LTLF system, run a 15-conductor wire from each washer to the system. No washer should be more than 300 feet away from the system. Each wire has its own function, as shown below. The machine wiring will be connected to the system at the bottom of the card cage, like this. Some wiring, which is highlighted below, will already be complete. Finish wiring so the final connection looks like the image in this video. It is important to note that if the machine has a signal voltage of 24 volts or less, then it is necessary to remove the black wire, and cap, and insert the common wire there. After you finish setting up the Catalyst system, you can set up the machine interface for a specific washer in the same way, by selecting the desired machine and following the same steps as before. Step 1. Press the labeled push button for the corresponding machine. If the machine is not available, then the display will show invalid ID. If the communications link is lost while displaying the machine, then the display will show remote link lost. Step 2. Enter a valid level 7 password, default 777777, to bring up the selection screen. Step 3. Press the 1 key for 1 equals setups to bring up the setup screen. Step 4. Press the 1 key for 1 equals watchdog/setups to see general setup options. Step 5. Press the 1 key for 1 equals machine setup to begin to answer the setup questions. Use the yes, no, and number keys on the keypad. Note, you cannot go backwards through the questions. If you need to change the answer to a previous question, answer the rest of the questions and then restart the procedure. Your previous answers are saved, so you can press the ENT key to accept the current values until you reach the location where you would like to make a change. Press the CLR key to clear the numeric value of the current question. Press the ENT key to accept answers. After all setups are complete, press the CLR key to accept the changes. Now, the following is a description of each setup question as well as a recommended value for each question. AutoChem flush tells the system how long to flush the chemical to the machine. The farther away from the system the machine is, the longer the flush time will be. Recommended range, 5 to 99 seconds. Latch delay. The delay time is used to combine signals from machines that cannot turn on all the chemical signals at the same time. For machines that can turn on all signals at the same time or there is not a delay in between the signals, the latch delay should be set to 3 seconds. For machines such as a Braun or a Milnor EP+, the time should be set from 20 to 30 seconds. Refer to the schematic for more information. Recommended range 3 to 35 seconds. Prompt wait allows an operator to enter the weight at the beginning of the formula for reporting or ratiometric chemical addition purposes. Recommended yes or no. Chemical watchdog tells how long the system will wait to alarm if the machine does not answer the chemical request in the specified time. Recommended range 0 to 99 minutes. Signal mute time, this is the amount of time that the alarm will be silenced by pressing the CLR button. Recommended range 0 to 5 minutes. This concludes the possible errors or alarms video for the Catalyst LTLF system. Thank you for choosing Softrol Systems.